person. There's a fourth person there involved. So these are human beings that we are looking at here. Don't look at them as figures. And then when we look at the Bomas results, in our analysis, we could raise 193 polling stations. We could not access 36 polling stations from the portal. So that gave us a total of 7,146,574 human beings who voted for Ruto, and 6,926,844 people who voted for the Right Honourable Prime Minister Raila ODINGA. In this is what is ruling Kenya now. But we are looking at it like, if this is there and this other value is there, then there must be an issue. This gives us a vote difference of 216 in the Bomas portal, 730 people that we are told voted more for Ruto than for Raila. I want to take you to some basics because we want to finish this analysis as fast as possible. Let's look at a form like the one of Likoni here, which is Form 34B. We have said we cannot access Form 34A, and even if you go to the agents that we had in many places, they didn't take it, like they took those forms and handed over somewhere, and then the forms were like not available. But now we are able to access Form 34B, so let's stick to Form 34B. When you look at this, this is the Bomas portal Form 34B at the title. Then I take you a little there, and you can see I've made a slight change that takes me now to the server forms that came later on. I want you to check on something here. There is some dot I'm cycling here. You can see that. And then if I come to this, there's again this dot that I am cycling here. You can see it tells you that these forms are exact features, exactly the same. When you look at the titles and the numberings on the forms, they are also exactly the same. Then when we come to the sign part, the signature part, we have this from the Bomas that somebody called Vanessa signed here, and also somebody called Christabel also signed for Azimio. So there's a UDA representative and an Azimio representative. Then we have the returning officer also signing, and an IEBC stamp. Then we go to this other form. Most of us may not even see that I have made a change. But this other form also is almost the same, not almost, exactly the same features, with the stamp and the people in there. So I'll take you to where we got these forms from, and you will see the different features in there. Then when we go to the inside of the forms, now with a naked eye, as you can look, you will see that it's almost hard to differentiate between this form and this form. I have two forms here. There is one here that I have highlighted. Then there is another one here which I also highlighted. You can not see much difference if you just check on it and you'll brush it off. And remember, there are 291 of them that you're supposed to look at. That is including the diaspora. Now let's go and check on a few differences in these forms. In this form, which comes from the server, later on from the whistleblower, we have a value that I have cycled here. You can see that here, now Raila, now with all due respect, allow me to refer to them by just first names because of the time, so that you can get it clear. So here, the Honorable Raila has 270, and the Honorable Ruto has 79. But when we go to this other form, now the Honorable Raila has 170, and the Honorable Ruto has 179 in this same station called Likodep, Station 1 out of the 10 stations in Likodep. Now looking at it clearly, from the first instance, you can see that all these other values remain the same, but this only one changes, and this only changes. So when you go down to the totals, now from the server, the two gentlemen are doctors, so sometimes I'll be referring to Dr. Raila Molo and Dr. Ruto, sometimes Honorable Ruto and Honorable Raila. So here we have Honorable Raila getting 24,544 votes against Dr. Ruto's 12,808 votes. Okay? But when we go to this other form that was now the official form at the Bomas, now the Honorable Raila has 24,444. Taking you back, here it is 544, but here now it has become 444. Now, on the other side, Dr. Ruto had 12,808 votes, and now he has 12,908 votes. Now, these were the issues that were arising in so many forms, so many, that if we looked at them, you will be surprised at the end result.
So, before we continue, I just want to say that the figures were being changed. Figures belonging to one candidate were being overturned by 100 to favor the other.
Yeah, that's not likely it's showing up, because if you look at these forms, like here we have 270, and we can assure you that this is as official as this form here with 170. It means that now, the Honorable Raila had 270, now he has 170, that means 100 votes have been taken from him. And then now if you look at it here, Honorable Ruto had 79, but now he has 179. That means the 100 has been given directly to him. Checking on it, Professor Wajakoya and David Mwaure had their values unchanged. This is 1-3, that gives us a total of 353 and 353. And with all due respect to the two other candidates, who is Professor Wajakoya and the Honorable Mwaure, we checked through your data, and we noticed that in all the forms, there was no variance. No value was taken from you, and no value was added to you at any one point. And this is what the system gave us. So there is no problem in this, because we decided that if we don't have variances for Professor Wajakoya and for David Mwaure, then we don't need to look at their data here. But we respect them as presidential candidates, and please accept that we can go on with just the two gentlemen.
Now, there's one viewer here who asked a question. He's called, I think I've lost him. No, yeah. Nas Hassan says these kind of election problems must end once and for all. Now, this is a matter of concern to many Kenyans, because what Azimio leadership has been trying to say in public and also in private fora is that the election was bungled, presidential election was bungled, and the question is, what is this that was being relayed in Bomas? Isn't it what is supposed to be in the server? Is there a difference between what was in the server, or what is in the server, and what was being relayed to the public in the Bomas, in the IEBC portal at the Bomas of Kenya auditorium?
Yeah, thank you, sir. We have a body mandated to carry out elections, and this is IEBC. They gave us results at the portal, and those results were hurriedly announced. And remember, for those who have forgotten a little bit about how it happens, the Form 34A is from the polling station that informs Form 34B. This is what we see the commissioners reading during the live transmissions. And then we change that to Form 34C and then to Form 34D that is now used to declare the president. When somebody else comes with another set of data that contradicts yours, it is up to you as IEBC to come and either refute that or try to investigate further and say, where are these results coming from? Because now they are in public domain. We have them here. We have given them to the public. And so, we have two types of courts in this life. We have the normal courts, and then we have the public court. Now, the public court already has this, and they are trying to assess it. It is up to the IEBC to come and define and say, this is the source of the other form, and probably it is not correct, if they think it is not correct. But they stick to their own portal. But they're still quiet about it, and nothing is being said, and it's like that data is supposed to just float out there, and IEBC is mum, so we are not sure. We are not really sure on what IEBC is thinking. This is the reason why there's this cry of open those servers so that you can own up. Not that people don't know what is inside. People know, they only want the IEBC to own up. And however much you try to change things in that server, it might not work for you because we have biometrics, we have so many things involved for you to go through the same process again. So this reality of the matter is that we have two sets of results declaring two presidential candidates. And the presidency is not something simple. I want to give you, Banetala, if you allow, as an analogy. We have two types of results that affect the nation. One is the national exams results, and another one is the elections results. Just assume